Hi, this is Team 22, and this is our project. I am Alex.
I'm Jamie.
I'm Mohmmad A, aka SW.
I'm Mudit.
Yo, what up, YouTube? This is Karimi. Well, first up, we got our little login interface. We are connected to a MySQL database. So a user will be introduced to this page when they first launch the application. They will enter a valid email and password combination. If they do not enter a valid combination, they will be notified with a pop-up window.
This is invalid.
Yes, it should return as invalid because your mom, LOL, is not part of our database.
Alright.
Now, if you put a valid email but an incorrect password, it will still spew out the wrong. And then if we try to log in with empty space, it won't allow us to do it either.
Alright.
So if a user wants to sign up, they could just click that little button right there, not registered, sign up. It's going to ask them for their first name, last name, email, password, and to confirm their password. If there is any empty fields, it would not let them sign up. If the passwords do not match, the error message on the right, that is technical difficulties.
Let's do your mom lol and your mom lol.
See, the passwords do not match, so the user cannot sign up with these credentials.
Let's just do E and E to make it easy.
So now, what is supposed to happen here? These information from the text fields are sent to the database, and they're stored there until the admin removes them.
The reason why is because the line, or rather, I forgot to update the line, so it's supposed to include the parameter. So if I were to include that parameter, it would actually insert into the table.
Let's take a quick preview of our database. This may differ from Jamie's version because we had some last minute changes, but yeah. So let's just show tables. We got ones for coupons, ingredients, items, ignore the fact that that isn't plural, orders, payment, and user account. User account is how we log in. So if we if you select everything from user account, we have first name, last name, email, password, staff, the usual. If we do select from item, we see that we have a bottle of water for 149. There is a place for image path, but we didn't have an image of water saved in our system, so yeah. There's also a field for allergen info. We had to remove that due to time constraints. Let's do select from orders. This is an example order. Anything that's from the same cart shares an order ID and user ID. And then if it's we're pretending that orders and carts are the same thing, so we just mark it as checked out or not. Select from let's go to ingredients, I guess. Ingredients. You can see here that there's an item ID associated with every ingredient, and the ingredient is just tied to the item ID, so there's nothing too fancy, like no arrays in item or anything. Select from coupons. This is an example coupon. It's so just 12456, and here's the user ID. They're just assigned straight to the user ID instead of given to like the general, just set out for people to input. And then this is the percent off they would get if they managed to put it in. Let's select from, I think it's payments is the last one. Payments. So if I can select. Yeah, okay, it's just like that. You can see here that the payment ID is just for each payment that the user may have. The user ID is for the user that it's owned by. Billing line 1 is just line 1, line 2 of the billing. Card name belongs to the person. Card number is a big integer because for some reason card numbers can be bigger than 10 digits. Security code, expiration month, expiration year.
Although there's still going to be errors on like this version as well. I mean that's what you expect from an incomplete project, but you know what? You work with what you got. So, I guess I could try to demonstrate the register, right? Because that's what you tried to do before.
Yeah.
Right. So, the window has been expanded. Don't mind that. But you can sign up. So, let's say, I don't know, your first name starts with 2 N's, your last name starts with 2 N's, your email, everything follows suits. You are all M's. So you can register for the restaurant. And as you can see, oh wait, no, it hasn't. Okay. Then let's do 2 N's. Let's be.
I think 2 N's was already taken. Oh, okay.
Has it?
Guess it hasn't. Okay.
Account has been.
Ignore
Alright,
the fact
so-
that it's an error. It's actually a good thing because we couldn't find out a better way to display it.
It's a quick way to display that your account's been created. Alright, so now you can actually log in. Demonstrated here. These are the chef's specialties.
I see.
And then when you go to your user, you can see that your name, your address, the name on your card and your credit card is displayed here. Usually when you sign up, you can't put in your credit card information right away. You have to like go to your account and modify it here. So let's say your credit cards are all 2s. I hope no one steals that. And then if you leave and come back, it should change. It's just an update issue when you try to modify it right away, but it still works nonetheless. Alright, so you go back and then access the cart. And then right here, this is just a little test menu item just to see if like it would fit inside the grid. Obviously, we weren't able to implement the total amount of items in the subtotal, but we do have something in the cart. Look at that. Go to checkout. Look, you can input your payment information. That's also amazing. There, you can put your payment information here, and this button right here is supposed to take you to the confirmation page that tells you like this is the amount of time that you have to wait, this is the number of people that's in front of you, but for this particular scene, it doesn't have session open. But you can go back to your account. You can also go back to the home page. Right. Log out.
It actually logs out properly on
It does
her
log
branch.
out. It does log out. And then over here you can see that the same menu pulls up for the staff. You can add and modify. It's the same thing that you saw before. Don't worry about this. It's all okay. And yeah. And then you can actually press the confirm button, and that actually goes away.
Alright.
Obviously, it doesn't have any real functionality, but of course, it's supposed to actually like add an item to the menu, to the database. Oh, and by the way, as a side note, this is actually being pulled from like the database itself. go ahead. Items. Full rooms, and then here's all of the items that are being displayed in the database. Don't mind the names. They're just placeholders, I promise. Maybe. And then you can go to the manage coupons, though it doesn't carry any functionalities yet. So like customers can't really receive any. They don't actually work. It's just more here for like a visual, if you will. And you can actually go back to the home page. Most of this stuff, in terms of seeing transitions. What else was there? Wait, what